I'm sorry, did I miss something? When did Snuffy decide to Judas me and join the Hobbits? This betrayal cuts deep. I don't think that's one unit. They've somehow managed to put units on top of other units, unless there is a Hobbit riding mammoth unit somewhere that I haven't learned about. Either way, I have the perfect strategy against them. We're gonna go back to Cupid, because you better believe that we are gonna make Ryder fall in love with Ridey. Except it's gonna be a whole lot worse for the Hobbit. They're gonna get worn like a tube sock. Just wait. Do you notice how they get crushed underneath all the sticky mammoth love? That is not a war strategy that many employ, but trust me, it works. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. Now, before we get started with today's episode, I want to let you guys know the next video is going to be more viewer recommendation battles. Now, this is something that a lot of you guys have been requesting, and the last time I did it, I ran it through Twitter. The time before that, I used YouTube comments. I think this time around, I'm just going to use both. So you can leave a comment on this video with either an army that you want to see me face off against, or a myth about a certain unit that you want to see explored, or a certain way for me to break the game, or you can follow me on Twitter, at the CaptainSauce, I'll leave a link in the description, and reply to a tweet like this one. Now, I should let you guys know that I am going to be taking recommendations from both places, but I've got like 1.6 million YouTube subscribers and like 22,000 Twitter followers, so the odds of being seen on each platform are not the same. It's just a little something to consider. Now, as for today's video, we're gonna be checking out a bunch of stuff that I had apparently missed over the last like half a dozen updates. You know, every time there's a new update, we get super excited about the new units or the new campaign, the new map, or whatever the case may be, but I had no idea that they were going back and adding new levels to campaigns that we had already finished. You know, stuff like the adventure and the challenge, they're adding new levels with the new units that are introduced, so I figured we would catch up on all the cool stuff that we missed out on. We'll start things off in the adventure campaign with a level called A Few Zeus, which means Zeus is the plural of Zeus. I've been wondering about that in videos for years. I've been constantly calling them Zeuses or Zeusi. Like, I know I should probably take this seriously because it's like half a dozen deities getting ready to shove lightning up my butt. At the same time, you know, all I can really see is like a hipster album cover for the Blue Man Group. And we have access to the Western faction now, which means I can probably just shoot them. I can afford a whole lot of bullets for $10,000, that's for sure. I can't remember if Quick Draw can dodge lightning. He's quick, but I don't know if he's lightning quick. I feel like I've tested this before and been disappointed. What? Maybe that won't be the case? Oh no, I'm still feeling a little disappointed. So they can dodge, it's just that bullets don't do a whole lot against God. Who'd have figured? What if we tried something like the lasso? And my thought process here is when you really break down the deity hierarchy in this game, you've got all of the gods, and then you've got the wobbly horse. Actually, in all reality, he had a church in this game before any of the gods existed. He's like an old god. He's the Cthulhu of tabs. So I would imagine he should be able to put them in their place. Probably not. I get the feeling this is more so gonna be a wobbly swarm and some light bondage. Not quite what I was looking for, guys. If you could just run them over, that would go a whole lot better for us. Nope. I know I have access to literally every unit in the game right now. Okay, I just feel like I'm supposed to beat this with the Western faction. There has to be some answer here. So I'm thinking maybe Deadeye. They've proven to be god killers in the past, except I don't want just Deadeyes. They're gonna get bolted. We're gonna have to protect them with some cactuses. I can't remember if the cactus is electric proof. Really only one way of finding out. They're pretty good at absorbing most damage. That looks pretty insulated to me. I mean, they're not dying. Are you serious? How is the cactus so invincible? I make fun of this unit a lot, okay, but not a single one of them died. Some of them took 6 or 7 bolts to the tits and didn't care at all. It just blows my mind. Next up, we have a level called Final Destination, the King, and it's definitely been a while since we've seen a Final Destination level. The idea is, it's just one unit. It's just the King. We're supposed to 1v1 him. I say supposed to, because that seems like the intention, but I rarely do that, because I fight dirty. I mean, maybe there's a new unit that we could test out against him, but I don't think anything costs 1,400. I mean, we could try something like the bank robber. I don't know if his puffy sleeves would be vulnerable to a safe. I mean, it's worth a try. There we go. Good hits, guys. Nope. Did not matter in the slightest. I wonder what would happen if I put something like Deadeye up here. Do you think she would be smart enough to shoot down at the King and not take a couple of steps forward, rocketing her knees up into her chest? I don't know. Really only one way of finding out. She's staying pretty stationary so far. Good hit. Now, don't take any wild steps forwards. Come on, you... Okay. She's managing to scale her way down. I don't know why. You were safe up there. The King didn't do anything. I don't think I've ever tried Cupid in a Final Destination level before. This seems really cheap. Because once you pacify the only enemy, then how can they possibly win? Like, no one's ever going to attack Cupid. He's just going to lock them down, and then we can have a couple of ball and chains finish him off. Yeah, okay, I call this the prison love technique. You could just go and fall in love, King. Okay, I thought for a second he was gonna charge on through and end Cupid. Look at the size difference. Oh, there's something about the thrusting up against the wall and the soft jazz that really just sets you off. I don't suppose you could head down and introduce yourself to the prisoners, could you? You're not doing a whole lot of good up there. Well, it took a couple of minutes, but he managed to find his way down, and now he's getting pounded in the taint by a pair of giant balls. That's pretty much the prison love technique summarized. Where are you going? There's nothing for you over there. Okay, that took a dark turn. That is not part of the prison love technique. Do not take that out of context. Moving on to a level called Odds Against You, and this one is really interesting because it's not all that flashy. It's just a couple of squires, not that big a deal. We've seen them plenty of times before, except I can only use squires and they've only given me enough money for one of them. So it's a 2v1, I have no choice here. I could probably take control, but I think I just want to let this play out, you know? I believe in the heart of the cards. I've got a champion on my hands. He can definitely take this down. Take them both down. Okay, maybe I'll take control. To be fair, I am trying to cut people in half. You know, not summon Exodia and then banish them into the Shadow Realm. I just need you to trip up a little bit. There we go. Now finish him while he's down. No! I wasn't gonna finish you while you were down. That would have been a cheap shot. Come on. A bunch of you guys have been telling me in the comments that I should be doing first person more often, because it should make battle a little bit easier. I don't like that I can't see my body because I've got a very hard to track body, but maybe it'll make hitting them a whole bunch easier. Oh, okay, there we go. Yes! Okay, you know what? I'm gonna give you guys credit for that win because that was a whole lot easier. We now have a level called a Fierce Rider, and like, I'm sorry, did I miss something? When did Snuffy decide to Judas me and join the Hobbits? This betrayal cuts deep. I don't think that's one unit. They've somehow managed to put units on top of other units, unless there is a Hobbit riding mammoth unit somewhere that I haven't learned about. Either way, I have the perfect strategy against them. We're gonna go back to Cupid, because you better believe that we are gonna make Rider fall in love with Ridey. Except it's gonna be a whole lot worse for the Hobbit. They're gonna get worn like a tube sock. Just wait. Do you notice how they get crushed underneath all the sticky mammoth love? That is not a war strategy that many employ, but trust me, it works. I think it's safe to say they regret their decision now. We even have a couple of cupids getting caught in the crossfire of the mammoth orgy. I think a couple of them have had their hearts explode. Now that we've got one lone survivor, it's only a matter of time. So Cupid is lethal. Or at least banging non-stop is lethal, and Cupid is just kind of cause and effect. I can't believe they actually did it, but the final level of the adventure campaign is Final Destination Mammoth. Like, how do you even get up there? How are you gonna get down? Or actually, I know how you're gonna get down. You're gonna roll down, but how is that gonna be effective? And I'm not gonna use Cupid this time, okay? We've come to the realization that you can win any 1v1 in the game for $500. This is not all that entertaining for the 50th time. I kinda wanna try the Gatling gun, except I'm probably not gonna put it on the roof. I can't imagine that it's gonna be that well balanced. Why don't you just hang out down here and hopefully shoot? Actually, maybe I want you like over here somewhere? We're gonna need distance. He needs a little bit of time to wind up. So hopefully you can turn around and get to shooting. Your target is right there. It's straddling and stuck. Look at his stubby little legs. How does that happen? This is easier than shooting fish in a barrel. At least the fish can move around in the barrel. Oh, you're gonna break him loose. Okay, well, now you've really released the beast. You better hope that you keep on shooting. I don't think he can fit underneath that arch. If you stay over here, then you're probably safe. As long as you do stay over here. Don't go over there. Look at this idiot. This is what you get for siding with the hobbits. What is wrong with you? I have lifted you up since day one. I made you. Well, that's all she wrote for the adventure campaign, and I gotta say, I really do like when they introduce new campaigns, like new themes and new maps and stuff like that, but I really do hope they continue going back and adding stuff to the campaigns that we've already finished, because levels like this were great. I think they also added levels to the challenge campaign, but I can't be sure because there's a possibility that I got this far, couldn't get any further, and then just left it. Because these levels are really hard. Like, this is a level called Zeus, where we face off against Zeus and his big dick army, which wouldn't normally be that big of a deal to face off against if we had even money, which we don't. We only get $3,800, which is like half of what that army is worth. I mean, I'm pretty sure Zeus is worth like 2,000 alone. So let's see, if I get Zeus and I get as many shield bearers as they have, then I don't really get anything else, right? I can get maybe a couple of spears and that's it. So we're gonna have to be super strategic here. I'm thinking we're gonna need a ballista because there's a chance that it can get collateral damage on those tight formations, or at the very least, it should one-shot Zeus. And then same goes for something like the gunslinger. Should be able to kill quite a few of that phalanx one shot. Except I need them protected from lightning bolts and spears, which is probably where the cactus is gonna come in. So long as the ballista doesn't shoot a cactus in the back of the head, I think this is gonna go well for us. Fingers crossed that the gunslingers actually wipe out as many as I'm hoping for here. That was really good. Not a whole lot left over, and those who are still standing are pretty preoccupied with the cactuses, who are just holding their ground against Zeus. Oh yeah, we got this in the bag. Come on, Ballista, finish the job. Really now? Like, these cactuses can't do this forever, dudes. Really use a ballista shot right in the toga tits of this deity. Come on, man. What are you doing back there? Line them up. Don't make me come over there and take control myself. Thank you. I refuse to give that cross-eyed ballista driver any credit for this victory. The unsung hero is what's left of this cactus. Moving on to a level called Valk and More, and that is quite the intimidating formation you've got there, guys. Again, it's a bunch of units that we've seen time and time again, but we're given pennies on the dollar to beat them. So I don't really know what to go with here. Like, we could afford, what, 3 quick draws? Just 3. I think if every single bullet you shoot kills somebody, you're still not gonna get through half of them, but I still wanna see this happen. You might be able to get a couple of the brawlers, but yeah, not quite what I was looking for. I mean, I would like to bring a gun to an axe fight, but at the same time, angels make it a little unfair. It really does feel like the gunslinger is the way to go every time we face off against a whole bunch of units. Like, they're better than siege units. I'm never gonna use the catapult again, or the boat throw, or most cannons, because they just wipe out everything. I would say they might be able to win this level on their own, but I'm not gonna risk it, that's for sure. What else could I put down to delay? We could go with something like skeleton warriors and skeleton archers. Just a little something to make the Valkyries dive down and not hit the important units. I think that should do something. No, the Valkyries still got to the important units. Huh. Since when do they prioritize targets? So we're gonna wanna move those gunslingers a whole lot further back, and then maybe we need something that gets right up in their face, like raptors. Nobody expects the dinosaurs. I would imagine they're the ones who are gonna get jumped on, and then the bullets are not going in the right place. You guys are shooting at the Valkyries. You're not supposed to shoot at the Valkyries, you're supposed to shoot at the giant packs of enemies. Oh, that is gonna make things really difficult. What are the odds I could get a tornado off the ground? And not just a little tornado, a Lady Red Jade tornado. It should take up most of the frickin' map. The only problem is I can only really get like 2 cheerleaders. Really? I could get a third, but I need some kind of cannon fodder, and everyone's favorite cannon fodder is ready to volunteer. Drop you guys down and then hope that none of you get cheered on. Come on, Lady Red Jade, get to spinning, come on. Cheerleaders are dead. And we didn't get a tornado. Okay, so you do need more than 2 cheerleaders, that's for sure. Oh, come on, I'm trying every cheesy tactic in the books. You know what, desperate times call for desperate measures. I'm gonna put down a Gatling gun and I'm gonna take control of it. But I need something good to protect me. And I don't have access to many good units. Maybe something like the Hoplite? Would you guys be able to survive a Valkyrie dive? You might be able to tango with all of these axes. A little shield bearer there just to spend every last penny I have. The one lone halfling, there's always one. Every single group who goes on an adventure, there's always one random halfling just tagging along. Now, I am gonna try my best to stay back and to shoot the important units that are looking at me. Oh wait, I could do this. Is this good? I don't think this is good. I don't think this is good. Stay back. No. You can't shoot up! Are you kidding me? You can only shoot straight across. I can hit the Valkyries in the air. We might need to start using the environment to our advantage. Like, we could go full-blown distraction mode. If we just string along a couple of birds over this way, and then we scatter them in the woods and in the trees, then you won't be able to figure out where their music is coming from. You know, the brawlers will just be humping the trees, the Valkyries will be diving it down, getting confused and stuff like that. And then my archers that are all the way over here, just minding their own business, will hopefully be able to gun you guys down. I know technically the brawler has a shield, but that won't matter if we can shoot them in the back. This is kind of working. Yeah, okay. You might want to get that one, there you go, the one Valkyrie that was looking at us. You can see them just diving down into the trees like dolphins, but this is absolutely working, right? You guys just need to keep shooting. Please keep shooting. Why aren't you shooting? Oh, why did you give them time to turn around? What is wrong with you idiots? This was so close. This was the perfect strategy. All you had to do was shoot them in the back, and you couldn't even do that. Oh my God. I'm gonna have a brain hemorrhage. The Valkyries really are little heat-seeking rockets. I wonder if I put my distractions further over, would they leave behind the rest of the army? If I do something like that and they dive all the way over that way, yes, okay, there's a good catapult hit. You actually killed some people there. This guy's showing up with a funny shield. You should be able to one arrow him, good. Oh, really don't want the catapult to die, but it's down. That's not the end of the world. You guys should be able to shoot the Valkyrie, who is currently floating above your heads. You can see him. That's not how to shoot him. That's not even kind of how to shoot him. He's picking you guys apart one by one. I am so close to rage quitting this game for the first time. I forgot how challenging the challenge campaign actually is. I don't have a whole lot of faith in this one working, but I'm thinking if we can get a rapid fire machine gun ballista, then maybe he could just rapid fire machine gun kill them all. I don't know, it one-shots everything, and sometimes it gets collaterals, so this seems like a strategy. I don't know if you can call it a good strategy, but it's definitely something. Okay, good. Yeah, we're picking them off one at one and bowling through them. What? That worked so well. Okay, man, it is really rewarding to finally come up with a strategy and just like have it work. This is why I love the challenge campaign, but I also kind of don't because I thought the video was over there for a second. They loved the ballista idea so much that it looks like they're gonna use it themselves in a level called Ballista and Hoplites. Like, it's still really hard to feel like this is an intimidating army, like this is gonna be hard to face off against because there isn't a whole lot to it. We faced off against these units plenty of times before. It's just always the fact that we're shortchanged. Again, we've got like half as much money to spend as they do. I can't even get a Gatling gun to set up in this alleyway. I don't really know what I can afford here. And the ballista is just gonna one-shot anything big that I get, so I've gotta go with numbers. What if we go with something like skeleton warriors, but I'm thinking we spread them out. We do something like this and have them coming from each alleyway. Would that give them a good spookin'? How about that? Yeah, you guys ready? You ready to get spookumed? I don't think so. Since when do they have pants? Oh, okay, yeah, that really hurts. So you guys can just kind of one-shot skeletons without even really trying. Good to know. No, you guys aren't supposed to come down the same alleyway. You were supposed to be looping around. This is what happens when you build an army that has literally no brains. They don't know what they're doing. They just charge into their pants to death. Speaking of charging in, I don't have a good feeling about this, but I'm gonna try using a lasso and a gunslinger. I'm thinking the gunslinger might be able to kill all of those hoplites so long as he doesn't get killed by the ballista that I am going to get. I'm gonna take control of this wobbly, oh my god, it's like trying to steer glue. And then I gotcha. I gotcha. Come on, just, yeah, here we go, get wrecked. This thing is so ridiculous. I have no idea what I'm doing. I mean, we're attacking. Where'd the gunslinger go? Gunslinger, I could really use you right now because I have no sweet clue how I'm gonna fight the Spartan army by myself. Okay, he died. That should have worked. In all reality, it doesn't matter if you use your lasso or not. It's just the horse wobbling up against stuff that kills everything. It just so happens that the lasso is the cheapest wobbly horse that I can get, but for $650, we might be able to get something that actually puts up a bit of a fight. Or delays, maybe both. Yeah, we can get at least one bard, so we got $590 left. What would work? Maybe the brawler? 2 brawlers doesn't seem great. Maybe 2 brawlers and a couple of farmers? Better than nothing, I suppose. Let's get in there quick. Hi-ho, spotted silver away. Get right up in there. There we go. Get wrecked, nerds. Come on. All we gotta do is rub up against him. Here we go. Let's see him recover for that. Oh, no, I always lose my horse at the same time. I think I bashed my head when I fell off the horse. No, do we have anybody left? We sure don't. You know what, I think that's gonna be it for this episode of Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, guys. I just can't subject myself to this torture anymore. I think there are more levels, and I'll probably face off against them at some point, but next episode is gonna be a bunch of your recommendations. And I forgot to mention, you can also use custom win conditions. Those are a really cool idea. I definitely am gonna be picking out a bunch of levels with that because it's something that I haven't used in the game at all. So if you want an even better chance of getting picked, then try them. And you can leave a comment, you can leave a like in the video, follow me on Twitter at CaptainSauce, and I'll be sure to make one of those episodes soon. But thanks so much for watching this video, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.